What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nomadic Ink channel. I'm James Showers, the cleanest name in the biz. What are we doing today? Well, we're going to be talking about the difference between stand-up drywall and lay-down drywall. But first, where the hell am I? Okay? That's a good question. You guys got a few seconds to comment down below before I let you know. You guys done with your comments? We're out here in Portland, Oregon. What the hell am I doing out here in Portland, Oregon? You had a few seconds to put that comment down below. We're out here on a little vacation adventure. This is day 5, and today is Sunday, and I thought I'd go ahead and record you guys a video. I'm thinking about doing videos like this that are a little bit more subject-based, but you know, I'm not always so organized, so I didn't put it all together. This one's just gonna be me kind of just like telling you what I think. But check this out. LMD Drywall and Painting LLC. I picked this spot to boondock, and right across the street's a drywall company. Maybe I'll move out here to Portland, right? Who knows? We're gonna go check out the Chinese garden, Japanese garden, and all that good stuff. But it looks pretty cool out here. I found a good spot to boondock my truck or my trailer. I'm gonna drop the trailer off. I'm gonna go explore the city. But first, let's jump into my office here and let's talk about some drywall. All right, boys, welcome to my office. How you guys doing today? Pretty good? Doing all right. Just woke up, not gonna lie. All right, what we're talking about here, what's the difference between laying a sheet of drywall down or standing that drywall up? Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you there's a few different reasons why you do either one, okay? And let's just go ahead and start residential. So we're doing residential homes, okay? For the most part, you're gonna be laying those sheets down. Most tapers, you know, comment down below. Let me know if it's different, because in reality, every area is gonna be different. Every county is gonna be different. Every state's gonna be different. So don't assume whatever you're doing in your one state or your one area is gonna be the same everywhere else, okay? Drywall's not a standard across the board, across the world, okay? Everyone does it differently. There's so many different ways of doing it. But this is my way of doing it. This is the way I've been told to do it, or have been doing it in my area. So residential houses, you're gonna be laying that stuff down. If you're doing a big peak wall, you could stack that up, make a tight cut to the lid. But for the most part, you're hanging your lids first, so you're coming down with the walls. And most of those tapers like a nice flat, a nice seam right through the middle of the walls. They can just run their tape, okay? Now the reasons you'd be standing up drywall in a residential application is either a shear wall, where you're gonna want your drywall stood up vertically so that all the seams are blocked, so you can do a full shear screwing all the way around the drywall, okay? If you did do a lay down shear wall, sometimes they'll allow you to tie in blocking at the recess, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. So we'd probably stand up some shear walls. Another application would be is if there was a fire code. Like I've done some apartment buildings that required 5/8 sheetrock brand stand-ups all the way around the unit. Now the inside could be 1/2 inch or whatever, but they'll sometimes make it a specific brand even because of the certain fire rating that brand has per sheetrock, okay? So those are basically gonna be your two applications. You're either doing a stand-up for a shear wall, or you're doing a stand-up for fire, okay? Maybe it just worked out perfect. You had a few sheets that would stand up nice on a wall and you'd go ahead and do it. But for the most part, you're gonna be laying down residential drywall, okay? Now let's get to the commercial side, because that's what I've been doing now, and I've been getting a lot of comments on why am I laying this wall down? Why am I standing that wall up? What is going on here, okay? So in the commercial application, most tapers or most companies prefer this drywall to be stood up. Now the reason behind that is a lot of these areas are getting T-grid, okay? So they're gonna be getting ceilings later. So like say we're doing a 9-foot ceiling, right? We'll have T-grid. we're going to want to hang our drywall to 9/6. You're going to want to hang a little bit above the grid line, so we're not going to be putting our drywall seam right at the ceiling grid, okay? And what this is going to do, it's going to hide our butts. So you can have a seam, you can have a recess seam together because they've got it got a little indentation. They have that recess, right? So when those two touch each other, when you fill it out with the tape and the mud, it's gonna bring just enough. It's gonna bump out just enough so they can do a nice smooth coat. A lot of times out here we're doing level 4s. Sometimes you'll do a level 5, but it's a little easier when you don't have to do a butt, as where the butts don't have any kind of beveled edge, so you're working off a flat surface and you're building it out. So they don't really want butt seams below ceiling level. So that's kind of the reason why we've been standing them up in the commercial applications. Now, reasons why you wouldn't stand them up, okay? Because I mean, like I said, I've been having some questions being asked. You would not stand them up in a commercial application if the layout doesn't hit. So if the framer's going in there and they're just throwing up studs and they're not making sure the layout's dead center, then your stand-ups aren't going to work, okay? You're going to have to either put a bastard joint in where you end up cutting a recess off and then putting a recess to a cut edge, and, you know, nobody likes that. Come on, guys. You already know. No one likes that. So you'd probably lay that wall down. If you take a pre-measurement before you're cutting that wall, before you stand that up, and make sure all your recesses break. And that's what you should be doing anyways. If you're standing up walls, hopefully you're not just blindly standing them up and hoping for the best, right? So we'll figure out where these recesses break. If they don't break, we lay the wall down. And now what's the other reason we'd be doing this? If it's open to structure. Open to structure, what does that even mean? That means that the area that you're working in, say like the room or hallway or something, is open to structure. That means there's no grid going in there. Now you can't just throw stand-ups 10 foot, 12 foot high with a nice bastard seam straight across the ceiling, right? No. So on open to structure, it's gonna need to be finished all the way to the deck, you know, all the way to the next floor, all the way to the ceiling, right? So we're gonna lay those ones down so we have a nice consistent seam line all the way up the wall. Okay. Also, sometimes it's easier to do a fire rated wall laying down because it's easier to stagger your butts and just stagger your seams. You need, it's normal requirements about a 2-foot stagger. You'd want a 2-foot stagger between your seams, but you can get away with a 16 and sometimes even a 12-inch stagger of your recess seams. And I'm not going to suggest you try that all the time, but in a scenario where it doesn't work out for you and you got a 16-inch stagger on your recess seams, you're probably going to be okay, all right? But you're going to want to shoot for 24. And then on butt joints, same thing. You're going to want, I like to shoot for a 4-foot stagger myself on the butt joints, but it doesn't always happen. So as long as you're at least the 2 foot back, you're going to be doing okay. Now, if you're doing stand-up walls, yeah, you could stagger your seams, but are you going to stagger your butts? So like if you're standing up 10 footers, are you going to cut the next row all at 9s? You know what I mean? So you'd have that stagger. So it's a little easier on a fire rated wall to go ahead and lay it down. An open to structure wall, you're going to want to lay it down. And a wall where the framers either weren't able to get the layout because of pipes or other things that are in their way when they were framing that wall, or they just weren't very good and they messed up, or they're, you know, an apprentice, you know, you don't start doing everything right straight out the box, right? So there's your applications. In the residential, you're either going to be doing it for some fire code, you're going to be doing it for some shear wall, or a weird situation is you're asked to. There's a taper or there's a company or a contractor that you're working for that says, I want stand-ups, okay? And that happens once in a while. So there's your three reasons why you're going to be doing stand-ups in residential. And the three reasons why you'd be doing laydowns in commercial: open to structure, fire rated, layout's not good. You guys like this video? Thinking about doing more videos like this. Thinking about doing a union versus non-union video. So also thinking about doing actually it escapes my mind right now. Oh, I ordered a bunch of stuff on Amazon, some like a laser pointer and like some masks and some not sunglasses, but some safety glasses, some gear that some earplugs that, you know, you can jam out to. Some gear that you'd probably want to use in a commercial setting. I don't really know the title of the video. Like I said in the beginning of this one, I think about organizing these videos, but then I don't. So they're just kind of fun to just do. I don't know if I'd work very good on a PowerPoint sheet anyway. So let me know if you guys would be interested in another video where I just tell you a little bit of information about drywall or my life, whatever. And if you guys are super bored, check out some of the adventures of Yoke James. I'm filming them right now. Actually, this is, like I said, day 5 in our vacation. We're out here in Portland right now. We just swept through the Olympic National Forest all the way down the coastline, made it all the way into Oregon, and now we've swept all the way over. It looked a little sunburned. I've been chilling on the beach all day yesterday, so it's been nice. All right, this is gonna wrap up this video. Just wanted to bring you guys something on a Sunday. Love you all. Like, share, subscribe. See you on the next video. Peace.